10 cities falling apart in 2025. The silent collapse of U.S. tourism. It's the height of travel season. Can you believe that some of the busiest airports in America are now eerily quiet? In less than a year, multiple international airlines have quietly pulled out of the U.S. A silent exodus shaking the very core of 10 major American cities. What happened to the United States? Once the dream destination for millions. Why are the most loyal travelers now the first to turn away? This isn't some sudden disaster. It's a slow burn driven by skyrocketing costs, complicated visa procedures, safety concerns, and a creeping sense that tourists simply aren't welcome anymore. Meanwhile, countries that used to be second choices, Japan, South Korea, Canada, are rising fast, offering ease, warmth, and stability. So, can you guess which 10 U.S. cities are now standing on the edge of collapse? Some names might be obvious, but others will shock you. Before we dive in, if you want to keep up with hidden global shifts that no one talks about, hit like and subscribe right now. Stick around until the end because the final names might change how you see the global travel map. Number 1, New York City. The city of dreams, Times Square lights that never sleep, avenues once packed at every hour. But something has changed. International tourists to New York have dropped to a record low. Over 3 million didn't return last year. France, Germany, Japan, once the backbone of NYC's tourism, have almost vanished from its visitor map. No more crowds under Times Square's glow. Hotels that were fully booked year-round are offering 70% off and still sitting empty. Is it soaring prices, growing safety fears, or travelers simply losing faith in the so-called American dream? And if New York, the center of everything, is in crisis, what does that mean for the rest of the country? Can New York reclaim its glory? Or are we seeing a new era where global tourism no longer revolves around the U.S.? Number 2, Las Vegas. Las Vegas, the city that doesn't need sunlight to shine. For years, it was the ultimate symbol of American flash, freedom, and nonstop entertainment. But the lights are starting to fade, not because of a power outage, but because the people are gone. International tourism has plunged nearly 20%. Big spenders from Japan, South Korea, and Germany are disappearing fast. Upscale casinos are shutting down early due to lack of traffic. Shows featuring international pop stars are being canceled because they can't sell even half their seats. Luxury hotels are slashing prices by up to 60%, yet still struggle to fill rooms. In an era when travelers crave authenticity and deeper experiences, Vegas is being seen as overdone and detached from reality. Can Las Vegas reinvent itself, or is it becoming a living museum of a bygone dream? Number 3, Los Angeles, the city where dreams are born. But international arrivals have dropped nearly 15% in just 1 year, and almost 30% among Asian travelers. Tour groups from China, Japan, and South Korea are no longer crowding Beverly Hills or Santa Monica. Universal Studios reported a sharp drop in peak season revenue. Car rentals are down over 25%. Major hotels along Hollywood Boulevard are liquidating assets. Extreme wildfires, homelessness, inflation, open theft in broad daylight. Is this still Hollywood or the real face of a fading America? If these truths are eye-opening, like this video and subscribe for weekly breakdowns of global shifts no one else is explaining. Number 4, San Francisco. The heart of Silicon Valley, where standing on the Golden Gate Bridge used to feel like looking straight into the future. But that future feels uncertain. International arrivals have dropped by more than 21%. Tour cancellations spiked to 38%. Even mid-range hotels are closing or putting themselves up for sale. Tourists from China, Germany, and South Korea, once the city's biggest revenue drivers, have dropped by 40%. Is San Francisco now paying the price for the very things that made it famous? Too free, too open, too unstable, pushing tourists to walk away first. Number 5, Miami, where Latin music and golden sunsets created one of Earth's most seductive destinations. But international arrivals have dropped nearly 19% in a year. spending by foreign tourists is down over $1 billion. Cruise lines have stopped docking at what was once the cruise capital of the world. Hotel prices are up 25%, yet occupancy rates are nosediving. Is Miami becoming a victim of its own popularity? Or is this another sign that America is losing its edge on the global stage? Number 6, Washington, D.C. The global symbol of power, with a national mall, now feels empty. Historic tours are being canceled for lack of turnout. International arrivals have dropped nearly 22%. Federal museums have seen a steep decline in visitors. Hotels near the National Mall operate at less than 50% capacity for the first time since 2008. Has the image of the U.S. changed too much for tourists to care anymore? Number 7, Chicago. The city where wind dances through skyscrapers and jazz drifts out from cozy bars. But in 2 years, global arrivals have dropped by over 24%. Google searches about Chicago tourism have fallen nearly 40%. Is it crime headlines, viral videos of violence, or simply a fading sense of safety? Maybe the U.S. tourism industry forgot the most basic thing every traveler seeks: the feeling of being safe. If you value these real insights, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Number 8, Philadelphia, where America was born. But today, Philadelphia feels quiet, not peaceful, just absent. International tourism has dropped over 27% since pre-pandemic times. History tours are being canceled for lack of interest. Boutique hotels are shutting down for good. Old City restaurants report revenue losses of nearly 40% in just 18 months. Is history no longer enough in a world chasing immersive experiences? Or is Philly stuck between a glorious past and a tough present? Number 9, Seattle, the city of coffee, tech, and the great outdoors. But since 2019, global arrivals have dropped nearly 29%. Flights from Japan, South Korea, and Germany are being scaled back. Hotels downtown slash prices by up to 60%, yet can't fill rooms. Pike Place Market, once alive with tourists, now feels quiet and cold. Is the city that once symbolized the future simply becoming too complicated to hold on to? Number 10, Hawaii. To millions, Hawaii was paradise. But in 2 years, international arrivals have dropped by over 32%. Locals feel like background actors in their own homeland. Rents skyrocket with Airbnbs and land is sold off to foreign resort developers. After the devastating Maui wildfires, claiming over 100 lives, what remains isn't just ash, but a burning question. Is tourism killing Hawaii? Has American tourism forgotten the line between discovery and invasion? From New York to Hawaii, these weren't just places on a map. They were pieces of the American dream, landmarks, chapters in a story of an empire that once ruled global tourism. If you visited the U.S. and felt it didn't live up to the hype, why? If you dream of going, what's holding you back? And if you live in these cities, what shifts do you see around you? Is this the end of an empire, or just a tough new chapter in a story far from over?